I've had this one marked on the calendar for a long time. Week 4 against the Chicago Bears. We also do have the first mock draft out. We looked at this at the very beginning of last episode, so I won't stay too long on it. But obviously this hasn't exactly been the start we've been looking for. No question about it. I couldn't even do an outro for the last episode. Some of these just get me so frustrated. And yeah, I get that I can play better, but that, as annoying as it's going to sound to a lot of you guys, it's just not my focus. It really isn't. I'm more about the storylines and such. And I do coach suggestions for a reason most of the time. I'm just not super interested in trying as hard as I possibly can to beat the computer, because then I think the series gets a lot worse overall, as all defensive players will have -5 play recognition for the next game. And if you wanted to go to this game in real life, you could use code BENGAL on SeatGeek and save yourself $20 when you buy tickets for anything. It doesn't have to be that game, especially not this make-believe game. And I do hear what a lot of you guys are saying about the tackling issue, where no one on my team makes a tackle. They just don't. I'm not going to change any of the sliders just yet. I do realize it's a bit unrealistic, but I also think that we got to have something that really shows how bad this team is. And I know a lot of you just love seeing me frustrated, so I'm not going to change anything just yet. We will have the QB1 check-in, evaluate the start to your quarterback season, and maybe Tyrod Taylor ends up being the starter at some point. And coach, your team has struggled out of the gate so far, and when that happens, a lot of the blame is usually placed on the quarterback. Who needs to step up? Well, it isn't really just Daniel Jones. We could play great on offense. Like, realistically, how many points do you expect an offense to score per game? Between 20 and 30, ideally. Ideally, you'd be at the top end of that. You know, some of the top teams in the league will score just over 30 points a game. I know there have been some great all-time historic offenses over 35. Great teams. And then you have some teams like the Giants recently that have been even under 20. And when we score 20-plus points a game and we still lose, I don't think it's Daniel Jones' fault. The defense has been terrible. I have made a ton of mistakes on offense, no question. Some of these things are out of my control, though. But as Dengus says, the age-old saying is that football is a team game. We win as a team, we lose as a team, and we take blame together as a team, something other. I don't know what he said. But grab your shovels and beat the Bears. Are we digging a hole? With every loss, I guess so. And the thing I was a little bit disappointed about was the strength of the draft class at quarterback. There are a bunch of round 1 projected guys. We just really don't know how good they are just yet. Like Edward Sloan looks to be good. 6'5", 224. A, throw under pressure. B, deep accuracy. The problem is he's just not all that great of an athlete. Seems to be pretty good, though. Edward Sloan out of the U. Whether the window is open or closed, he's slinging it. So he's aggressive pulling the trigger. Beautiful spiral in all of his passes. Stands tall in the pocket and is always aware of pressure. Does well to avoid sacks by throwing the ball away. Plays well within and outside of the pocket in a quick, compact throwing motion. So on paper, Edward Sloan does look like number 1 overall pick material. And as you may be able to see here, depending on what I have on the screen, Giants are one of the top fits. So maybe he's someone we'll take a real big look at. Yeah, you guys, some of you who are new to the channel ask, how am I getting the college footage on screen? Well, I'm loading up college football revamped, NCAA 14 revamped essentially, and I'm getting the highlights and then putting it into the game. I feel like when you guys can get more attached to the players, the storylines of draft class, they feel more real, more authentic. And let's go ahead and check out the Chicago Bears Week 4 roster. And this is a team very close to us in rating that I really hope we can beat. Quarterback is, of course, Justin Fields. David Montgomery is RB1. Khalil Herbert just behind him. Kari Blasingame is their fullback. Darnell Mooney, money with 2 O's at wide receiver 1. Dante Pettis, Byron Pringle, and N'Keal Harry, as well as Velus Jones, Daz Newsome make up the receiving core. Cole Kmet, James O'Shaughnessy at tight end. Riley Reif, Cody Whitehair, Lucas Patrick, Kyle Long, and Tevin Jenkins across the offensive line. Now, I was pretty sure that Kyle Long retired, but I guess he was signed out of free agency, and he's starting for the Bears over Sam Mustipher at right guard. Left end is Trevis Gibson. Right end is Robert Quinn, one of the better pass rushers still in the league. Justin Jones at defensive tackle, Mario Edwards Jr. in there as well. And their linebacking core is made up of Joe Thomas, Alexander Johnson, Danny Trevathan, and of course, Roquan Smith. The secondary is young but talented. Jalen Johnson, Tavon Young, Joejuan Williams is with the Bears now. and Kyler Gordon. Nope, Joanne Williams is still with the Patriots. I suppose the Bears made a trade for him. In the secondary as well, Eddie Jackson and Tony Jefferson, as well as Jaquan Brisker, make up the starting safeties. Yeah, so we do have some trades going on. All right. Browns get Devon Hamilton, Donovan Peoples-Jones to the Browns, Demetric Felton from the Browns as well to the Jaguars, I should say. Jawan James to the Cardinals, Kareem Hunt to the Texans, Steven Nelson and Desmond King on their way to Houston in the trade. Very interesting. Against the Bears and David Montgomery, we're going to defend the outside run. Our offensive game plan, I think I do like run inside because Roquan Smith is playing outside linebacker. The interior of their defensive line isn't really all that good. So I think we'll try to lean on Saquon Barkley a little bit. And of course, our focus players will remain the same. A weekly game plan goal of 2+ passing touchdowns, I think is reasonable. And if we have one, we'll get 1 skill point off of it. But I don't really think any of these other things are really guaranteed. Maybe an interception, but we'll go ahead and start training. Hopefully the team stays mostly healthy and we can be at full strength for this game, which granted, full strength for this team is not very strong at all, but the defense is healthy and the offense appears healthy as well. And we do have Andrew Thomas with an upgrade. Now, he's got 80 pass block, but is playing down with morale. I think we want to get his run block better. His ratings are honestly extremely disrespectful in my opinion. We're going to go power on him. Takes away the primary scheme fit for right now. It'll end up coming back. Pass block +1, run block power +2. I wanted just straight up run block to go up, but run block power up to a 76 I guess is not all that bad. And here we are, a rainy day in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Alexander Johnson, wow, big week, 9 tackles. But as you can see, we're mixing it up. We are breaking out the old school unis, talking 70s, 80s, into the 90s. These are some of the uniforms worn by the most successful Giants teams of all time. Won a Super Bowl in 1986, again in 1990. Iconic uniforms for the New York Giants. And we will see if we can run the ball and dominate the Chicago Bears defense. The rain's coming down. Perfect day for ground and pound football. Let's get Saquon the ball. Let's be effective. And let's try to limit the young quarterback on the other side for Chicago. Let's force Justin Fields to make mistakes. But we will start with the football. Richie James back to return. Wan'Dale Robinson will get opportunities back there as well. I can promise you that will end up happening. And here we go. Our game plan is run up the middle. And that's what we're going to try and do. We got decent blocks. Saquon Barkley showing some good athleticism. That's a gain of 9 or 10 on his first touch of the game. Last week, not very effective. 19 carries for only 51 yards. Did have 2 touchdowns, but it just wasn't good enough. We need to be more effective running the football. It starts up front, and we just got to, read holes, read blocks, and make the correct call. Also, got to use that sharp cut as well, because we probably had a cutback lane there that I didn't take full advantage of. 1st and 10, getting away from the run for the first time. We'll go under the middle to Kadarius Toney, who's got some space. That's another first down for the Giants. Offense looking okay so far. We have to take advantage of all of these linebackers not named Roquan Smith. If Alexander Johnson's out in coverage, I want to target Alexander Johnson. Now, yes, Leighton Vander Esch last week was maybe the best coverage player of all time, but it shouldn't be the case this week. We're actually going to work off play action here. Linebackers maybe bit down. That is completely errant. Oh my God. Well, that's how a bad drive happens. I mean, it was looking pretty good, and then it goes 2nd and 8. We're kind of forced to throw the football. My first read isn't open with Sterling Shepard underneath. I try to go down the middle of the field, and Daniel Jones is not even in the right area code. There's just nothing I can do there, plain and simple. Daniel Jones, a brutally bad pass. No way around it. Run up the middle. Montgomery going to break through a tackle there and fight his way forward for a big gain of nearly 20. And so it begins. What else do you say? Run right. Got to fill the lane. Xavier McKinney, nice tackle. The Bears are going to lose 2. Going to go to a zone look here. We were out in man coverage. I think they're going to throw the football. And they are going to do a little bit of a check down. Love can't make the tackle. Maybe he ended up doing it, actually. But unfortunately for us, he falls forward for a pretty big gain. It's 3rd and 1. Trips right. Cole Kmet is lined up on the left side of the formation. It will be a read option. Tay Crowder going to have to chase down Justin Fields. He can't do it. Fields down to the 2-yard line. I don't know how he didn't get a tackle there at first. Fields, quick throw, gonna test Belton. He got hands on it, couldn't get the feet down. Fields tried to throw a quick goal line fade, had a decent matchup. Dane Belton, great hands to go ahead and secure that catch, just couldn't get the feet down for it to count. Blake Martinez, good tackle, and it's 3rd and goal for Chicago. They are showing run here. 3rd and goal from the 2. Huge jumbo package. Run! Crowder trying to get there. Martinez, great tackle in the open field. Great tackle by Blake Martinez to save a touchdown, and it's going to be 4th and goal on the 1. Chicago lining up to kick, and we'll see if they get on the board first here. Got to be mindful of a fake, but they go for the field goal. And down to the 1-yard line, we get a goal line stand, force a field goal. Of course, not a true goal line stand because they didn't go for it on 4th down. But we'll get the football back down 3. I think that's a pretty great showing from our defense. Bend but don't break. Allowing 3 points is not the end of the world, especially when it looks like we'll be able to move the ball. Obviously a big mistake from Daniel Jones, no question. Not even on me. Big mistake from Daniel Jones. But we'll get back here on offense and try to make some things happen. Saquon's had a decent start to the game. We're going to go ahead and bring Jordan Akins into the backfield here and have him set up a block for us. Maybe didn't read those well. 3rd and 4. Hopefully make a good read here. We're going to throw the tight end. Akins, big catch in traffic. It wasn't super open. I mean, it was NFL open, but he had to make a tough catch, and thankfully he does. I do want to get Daniel Bellinger more involved in this offense, but the time might just not be right yet. Saquon, good run. We'll take that 2nd and inches. Read option. We're going to keep it up the middle. Saquon Barkley, 1st down. And we do have a pretty athletic quarterback, like shockingly athletic is Daniel Jones. Real sneaky athletic, a real first one in, last guy out, bring your lunch pail to work type of guy. Real gritty, hard-nosed, as we'll work off play action. But we could run maybe a little read option. Try to go ahead and get it to Daniel Bellinger. We're close to field goal range. I don't think we're quite there. Akins couldn't really get off his block. Kind of got chipped at the line a little bit. But we end up picking up the 1st down regardless. Akins is a decent athlete, so he's not really the worst option for us. That's a beautiful ball. No! How does Kenny Golladay not get to that? There's going to be a penalty, though, and it is a big one. Roughing the passer on Roquan Smith. We'll get a fresh set of downs at the 11-yard line. But, man, Kenny Golladay got real open. It was a pretty good throw from Daniel Jones. Golladay just couldn't get a hand on it. Barkley will truck up the middle, good gain, and will try to force that edge player, I think it's Travis Gibson, to make a decision. Collapses down, got a block from Akins, Vanilla Vic, no, Danny put the football on the ground, no, Daniel Jones, Danny fumbles. Try to use some of that strength, some of that power. We saw Dak Prescott completely truck through my entire team last week. The football definitely got put on the ground. The only question is whether or not he was over the plane first, and I don't think he was. That's so close. I'm not going to slide in this situation, and the football is already coming out there. That's unbelievable. We're maybe an inch short. I would still do it again, man. We were an inch away from a touchdown. I wouldn't really slide in that spot, but maybe I should have. It's just brutal again to get down to the goal line. I feel like we having a really, really good drive and come away again with 0 points. Martinez, big hit. It's nice to see the quarterback actually go down at contact. Dak Prescott certainly did not. It's a 1st down regardless for Chicago. And we'll try to put some pressure on Justin Fields, get that football out quickly. He's going to run. He's going to run right into Justin Ellis. Sacked by the Giants, and it's going to be tough for Chicago to convert here with now it being 2nd and 14. We'll see what they do. 3rd and 9. We're going to tell our team to play the sticks, and we're going to take away the 1st down. Fields trying to run, and again runs into Justin Ellis. Counting as a sack this time, it showed him only having 1, but that he for sure ran into number 71 previously, which is Justin Ellis. Either way, that brings us to the end of the first quarter. It is still 3-0 Chicago. I think we've played fairly well. It's just been a couple of mistakes. And I think you can pin maybe the fumble on me being a little bit too aggressive. I would still do it again. We were an inch away from scoring. It's devastating, obviously, to not punch the ball across the end zone in that spot. But, I mean, how does he fumble there? I mean, I guess that's a question we can ask of Daniel Jones all the time. As Adoree Jackson will return this punt. Look for space and not really find much. Saquon's had a pretty good game so far. We're going to continue to try and lean on him. And, I mean, we ran read option, and he was an option on that, right? Didn't necessarily want to keep it with Daniel Jones at first, but it ended up being, I think, the correct call. We just fumbled. I mean, there are only so many times I can talk about that. As we're going to look for space. It's so frustrating. So we're running to the outside here. Now, I thought about making the hard cut up the field, and we would have one-on-one. But also, I want to follow my guard. I want to go ahead and follow number 66, Shane Lemieux, look for space, and then I try to cut up behind him, and it's just a great play made by Robert Quinn. Somehow got an arm on Saquon, didn't make exactly the hardest cut up. I tried to, but he got sucked right into the tackle, unfortunately. It's like a predetermined animation, because otherwise, I think we have the first down there. And now on 4th and 2 from the 40, we're left with a decision to make. I think this is a potential go-for-it spot from the 40. Kind of want to see where they line up. Would we rather punt, or do we want to go for it? It's from the 40. I think we're just going to punt. It's certainly a little conservative, no question, but it's still really early in this game. It's 3-0. Our defense just looked pretty good, and that's actually going to be a fortuitous bounce. It's recovered by Chicago. Robinson can't make the tackle. Quincy Roche, I think, brought him down. And now instead of maybe having to go 40 yards, they have to go nearly 70 if they want to score a touchdown. Quick throw outside. It's going to be complete to Darnell Mooney. Money with 2 O's. First down is money there for Chicago. 3rd and 1 from Chicago. Julian Love is playing so far off the line. We're going to go ahead and bring him up in case this is a run, and it looks like it might be. Up the middle. It's play action. Great call, but it's intercepted by Xavier McKinney. It's going the other way. The punt ends up paying off. We get the football at a very similar spot on the field. And I don't know, Justin Fields throwing a crossbody. Looks like maybe for Cole Kmet. Ends up missing him. Xavier McKinney right there. And that's a big interception, his first of the year. Still looking for our first points of the game. Maybe it's this drive. Another like 9-yard gain from Saquon. We've seen that so often on first down. It's almost a sin not to run on first down. It's just converting beyond that. We'll throw quickly for Akins. Big stiff arm, still fighting. Good gain. And we're going to go ahead and try to isolate that safety. Make him make a decision. Single high. Stay in the pocket. We're going down the field. Golladay, go up and get it. I don't know what that was. Of course, obviously not running on first down there. But I like the matchup single high. I thought we might have a good chance to move the football. Thrown outside quickly. That's a good throw from Daniel Jones. A bad throw, and that could be going the other way. 3rd and 5. We're at least in a field goal range here, so no turnovers. Akins, fight it off. Fight it off, Akins. End up gaining 2 yards. Maybe a little bit too conservative there. Wind 7 miles per hour to our left here. Don't know whether or what direction of the stadium this is. We'll go ahead and try to put this kick up. Engano's kick. Looping back and good. I overestimated how much 7 miles per hour of wind would carry the football, and that looked very bad at first. Okay, I get it, it did. We've knotted it up at 3. Super disappointing not to score again with you know, a more, I would say, like, effective drive. Like, we could have put up 7 ideally, but you know, we'll get 3 up. It's better than nothing. Our defense has played well, though, against Justin Fields, and they should, to be honest. Like, the Bears' offense is not anything special. And as I say that, Xavier McKinney going to have to make an open field tackle to save a touchdown. Forces David Montgomery out of bounds. I don't know what happened there. Our defense just completely... I was talking them up, too, and they just completely blew it. Big gain by David Montgomery. Also, we have to have Kayvon Thibodeau blitzing more often. Absolutely have to. This, I would say, is my biggest issue with a base 3-4 defense. Is in a lot of plays, you're going to have either Azeez Ojulari or Kayvon Thibodeau out in coverage. And I don't want that. I don't know how we don't make a tackle there when I'm standing in the gap and pressing A. I don't know if you guys have had this problem as well. It's so inconsistent for them to actually try and make a tackle. I stay in my lane, stay in the gap. He's right there. I just don't go. I don't know how we can't make a tackle there. I don't know how he sneaks by. It's so annoying. That's going to be a slant. Complete to Mooney. And he is down at the 2. Bears really moving the football now. I mean, as soon as I said anything, of course it was going to be this way. Of course. And they're knocking on the door. Quick throw. Ojulari got hands on it. It's intercepted in the end zone. And Azeez Ojulari has an interception on the same drive. I'm talking about how I don't want him in coverage. Well, he comes up with a big play in coverage. Huge takeaway, saves a touchdown, saves any points by Chicago in this spot, and we'll have the ball in the 20. 2-minute drill, 2-minute offense. Let's make an 80-yard drive. 2nd and 1, we're going to try a screen. Use their aggressiveness against them. And Saquon maybe gets an inch. I don't know how we can make people miss in the open field. I feel like the juke is so terrible. I don't even really know what to do other than just go straight and lower the shoulder. That's my only move. Work off play action. Nobody bites on it. We'll check down to Jashawn Corbin, who's tackled. We'll call a timeout. 2nd and 6. Darius Slayton's going to be a big distraction here, I'm hoping. And it's going the other way. Picked off by Williams. It didn't take long for me to turn over the football. And they just, I can't even see the play. I don't know. I was looking at the slant, and then I was looking at the outside, the out route, and I just thought, maybe we'll throw that. I feel like that's probably my first big mistake of the game. That's just, as you guys would call it, a read with my eyes closed. But I'm not even... All right, whatever. It doesn't matter. There's nothing I could say. Nice catch, idiot. That's got to be a pick. User pick. Easy reads. 1 fish, 2 fish, red fish, blue fish. And Tay Crowder is working down the field. Field saves a touchdown. And oh my God, this game is a disaster. It is a disaster. Turnover after turnover. Mistake after mistake. I need Galladay or Shepard here. Oh, they just showed blitz. They're actually not going to. We're going to go to Shepard. He gets out of bounds. Nice gain. Still getting the hang of this game. Couldn't end up finding a way to convert there, and with only 11 seconds left in the first half, on 4th and 3, we're going to put up a field goal, and Graham Gano's kick is good. We'll take a 6-3 lead, likely going into the half. Chicago gets the ball to start. It's been ugly. It's been a disgusting, rainy game, but at the very least, we have the lead. I don't know how long we're going to keep it, but for right now, we have it. So the Bears actually called a timeout. They're going to have one more play before the half. We're going to try to blitz with Martinez and get after him. Fields going deep down the field. And that is actually going to get caught by Cole Kmet. All right. That's the half. We do have a lead. It's been ugly. It's been disgusting. There have been, I think, 3 turnovers for each team. A fumble by Jones, 2 interceptions. Justin Fields has 3 interceptions. It's been ugly. But it's nice to not be losing, at least. Bears get the football to start the second half, and we are underway. Presented by Underdog Fantasy. Use code BENGAL on Underdog Fantasy. Best way to play fantasy sports, in my opinion. Just like seriously. I like drafting. I don't really like managing the team every single week, so Underdog Fantasy is perfect. Use code BENGAL, please. You'd be doing me a huge favor when you sign up using code BENGAL on Underdog Fantasy, and they will deposit match up to $100 on your first deposit. As Justin Fields will operate from the gun. Montgomery just left. We're going to be in man coverage on him, and that's going to be check down. Yep. That's just going to be thrown right at me. I just can't keep pace with Blake Martinez in man coverage. I haven't really been running a lot of man coverage. However, a lot of times when you blitz, you're going to be showing a man look. Not always. Obviously, there are zone blitzes, as we see right now. But sometimes Blake Martinez is just going to have to be in man coverage. But when he's in man coverage, it's a huge mistake. But I don't know what to do. Maybe just blitzing Blake Martinez is the best option. I have both of my outside backers here not blitzing. And if that was a pass, I would want them going after the quarterback. I just have to figure out a way to get them both rushing the QB. And I think it's going to be showing more looks like this. But then I leave my linebackers in coverage, like Blake Martinez, who I do not want in coverage at all. But this way we get Dane Belton on the field, who is significantly better. Nice tackle, Jared Wilson in the open field. It's a nice play. It's 3rd and 13. And a 3rd down incompletion brings on Pat O'Donnell to punt. Wonder how he's going to do in these conditions. And do we let this bounce? I think we have to. But it's going to end up being a perfect punt. Down at the 1. And they say football's a game of inches. It is actual inches away from being at the 20 versus the 1. And of course, we're not going to get lucky. It's Giants franchise. All Madden. Why would I? Why would I get lucky? Why would anything go well at all? Shocked Saquon didn't even fumble there. Good block. Saquon next level. Wow, stiff arm got him, but somehow Kyler Gordon just dragged him to the ground anyway. 2nd and 9. Do we run here anyway? Haven't really been doing it because I just really don't think it's good practice. But we got one-on-one with the safety there. That's kind of like the best result, a 4-yard gain. Is that bad? That's the best result I really could have hoped for. I think we're going to run again. 3rd and 5. I like how spread out they are. And how do we not go back up the middle? How can I not do that? It's so frustrating. I guess I should have done a hard cut there. Still trying to get used to that, but it's so open. And it's just such a rounded late cut. It's so annoying to just run into John Feliciano when there is a massive hole available. And it's not, even if we cut it left, it looks like we would have had a block, but as you can see here, Shane Lemieux didn't even touch him. This is just a really frustrating game. It's minor things like that where the player just doesn't do what I want or expect them to do. And it drives me insane. I guess I had to hard cut there, but I'm still getting used to that first time in the game. But really annoying to have to punt. Really annoying. It's a run right. Somebody get over there. Martinez, nice tackle. Had some help from Julian Love as well. And now it's 3rd and 6. Huge play. Trying to cover everybody. Can't get there with Tay Crowder. Dante Pettis cut open. It was a mismatch. Notice it too late. It's a read option. Read it well. Julian Love drags down Fields. He still gets a yard or two. But I got to give myself props. Did a really good job of staying home and not committing. Noticing read option and staying in the correct lane. 2nd and 9. Fill the middle. One-on-one. Thank God no pass interference on that. 3rd and 9. Force Justin Fields to make a mistake. He's trying to run. He's going down. Who got to him? I think it was Aziz. They're showing Dexter Lawrence. Who's getting credit for it? Let's take another look. Pocket just collapses. Aziz made it happen, but Dexter Lawrence, I think, dragged him down. Leonard Williams, big cat in there as well. I think they're probably going to give it to Lawrence. I mean, really 3 Giants in there. And that could drive Chicago out of field goal range. They're lined up for it anyway. But this is a 55-yard field goal. Let's see if they can make this. Kick is up. Hooking back to the right. And even if it had the accuracy, I'm not sure it had the distance. Bold call to go for it. And it gives us really good field positioning. When you have Pat O'Donnell, who pinned us at the 1-yard line last time, do you really try for the field goal there? Yeah, I understand tying it up. It's a long field goal in the rain, and the wind is fighting you. I think that's a tough decision. I would probably punt. I know it sounds crazy, but if you can pin them again, it's such bad field positioning for the Giants that I think you would have to. Good throw to Kenny Golladay, 1st down. We can rarely ever say that. I think I might opt for a playbook change at some point. I just don't really like the options in Giants playbook. That was a bit of a hard cut. That worked really well. It's so much stick. Like, we see hitches on the field, curls. I'm just not really interested in all that. There's a hard cut. See, I just got to commit it to memory. I pretty much have to try and do that every single run, and we're going to be more effective on the ground. Got to keep it to Saquon here. He's killing it right now. No reason to switch up. Let's go, Saquon. There's a good cut. If we can get 4, 5, 6 yards a carry, we're going to just keep doing that all day. But it's going to be tougher when our starting center is injured. And then John Feliciano also injured as well. Usually we're going to see Nick Gates, who's actually in there now, I believe. A little hard cut back. Find the lane. Let's go, Saquon. Good run. Mario Edwards actually gave us a boost on the back end, and Saquon's over 120 rushing yards on the game. Keep the ball on the ground. This is clearly what we're going to have to do. Looking like the Saquon Barkley of old. Little cut back towards the middle, finding space down to the 1. And Nick Gates will be playing over Feliciano, who has a dislocated shoulder. And now 2nd and goal. Maybe the last play of the 3rd quarter. Didn't get him to jump. Got the snap off anyway, and Saquon finds the end zone. First touchdown of the game is at the hands of Saquon Barkley. Not too explosive, not too flashy, but just a little jump cut, a little hard plant. Not really a jump cut, but found the space, scored the touchdown, got in the end zone, and that is the first touchdown of the game. Going to be 13-3 Giants. Our biggest lead of the season is 10 points. And I'll see you for the 4th quarter. Quick throw. That's just going to be placed perfectly. Oh, N'Keal Harry's got towing down the field. Somebody took out Adoree Jackson, I think, diving to make the tackle, and N'Keal Harry scores a big touchdown. I mean, unreal throw from Fields, first of all. And then, I mean, it was easy run after the catch. Adoree Jackson just kind of watched the play happen, and then McKinney dove and took out Adoree Jackson. How does Adoree Jackson get fooled that badly? Are we even going to be able to see it? Yeah, check this out. Adoree, dude. Like, are you that stupid? Are DBs in this game so dumb? He's looking at the quarterback. Never reacts to it. And I dive and miss. And first, we're right on him too, by the way. I don't know how he dives to the side and then takes out Adoree. It's just a disaster. Going down the field. Tony with a step. Jones can't hit him. Tough throw. Oh, Saquon. Good run. Went to the well, really, on 3rd and 1. And it actually worked on 2nd and 9 to set up 3rd and 1 or something similar. Ends up working out really, really well. And on 3rd and 1, we're going to go back to it. Got to go to Saquon here. Good cutback. Found enough space. First down. And on 1st and 10, we are running the football. It's been effective. We have the lead. They better make a stop. Okay. 3rd and 5. I like the Kadarius Toney mismatch here. Probably going to target that. Good throw from Daniel Jones, and Toney's got the first down. I want to be able to get into the open field and make people miss. Just couldn't find an opportunity there. Dude, and they're going single high again. We're going to throw the football. Working off play action. No one bites on it. Daniel Jones over the top. Golladay works back to the football. Man, I think we would have had a touchdown over the top if we weren't under pressure. And then it was a throw at a sack. Huge misfire, but Jaquan Brisker already had his back turned. Kenny Golladay worked back to the football and made the play. Both unlucky and extremely lucky in about the same 3 seconds. That is dangerous. All right, 2nd and 10. Clock is moving here. We're going to throw it up to Bellinger. Make a play on it. Got hands on it. Couldn't bring it in. 3rd and 10. Saquon Barkley vacates out of the backfield. Quick throw. Got it to Golladay, but obviously can't really do much after. We're going to go ahead and go up by 6 here late in the game. Usually something I don't like to do, but there aren't really a ton of options here. We're just going to go ahead and try and take the points. Hopefully didn't miss this. I missed it. Dude, I always expect it to be faster. Does it change? How can I not make a simple kick? It went so slow. Ah, God, I'm so bad. All right, well, as I said, I don't like to go up by 6. Strategic move. That's called strategy. Look it up. Nice defense. 3rd and 6. Not going to man coverage here, just because I'm really worried about Blake Martinez in space one-on-one. I think that's just the easy guy to target. So we're going to show blitz, and then we're not going to blitz. Take Crowder deep down the middle. Somebody go after Fields. Nice tackle. No, he couldn't bring him down. Somebody bring down Justin Fields. They're going to go for this surely on 4th and 2. No, they're not. With 3 timeouts, I guess They think they can stop us, and why wouldn't they? We have 13 points. Okay. Not the worst idea from their own 35, maybe. I guess I understand it a bit more. Just go down to Dory. Quick throw. Saquon Barkley. Do I let go of right trigger when I juke? Is that how we get one that's actually effective? Not entirely sure. I'm just going to drag Kadarius Toney here. I want to have another option off play action. It's going to be just be Saquon Barkley. See, that one I'm not hitting right trigger at all, and we get, like, nothing. 3rd and 5. I don't like my options here. First of all, that's a crazy glitch to the ball by Kyler Gordon. I'm shocked we actually completed the pass there. I kind of freaked out. I didn't like any of the slants initially, so I just held on to the football. Oh, good cutback. Let's go, Saquon. Chicago down to 2 timeouts. Saquon up the middle. Tried to make a juke. It didn't work. Ended up doing a hard cut. We're going to run here. We have space. Saquon, nice little juke. And the stiff arm and the fall forward down to the 14-yard line. Saquon Barkley has been a machine this game. Oh, look at Saquon. Still looking for space. Amazing he got out of that. And he's actually extremely close to 200 yards rushing. 188 on 35 carries. Hard cut. Juke back. Stone fumble. And now Chicago gets a break. Not only is our starting left tackle Andrew Thomas injured, it also results in a timeout. We waste a timeout for Chicago. What are the odds? Barkley up the middle. Fight! He didn't get it. But we're going to let that clock keep moving. And we're not kicking that field goal. No way. Going up by 6 with under a minute to play, and then risking a kickoff return touchdown. I want them to go the length of the field on offense. We're taking this all the way down. Here's a run. Barkley up the middle. He got it. Saquon first down. Down to the 1. And of course, we're not bringing Andrew Thomas back in. And we'll try to punch it across with 1 second. This is a big morale boost for the team if we get in. So that's what I'm doing. Not trying to rub it in. It's just a big morale boost by the team. And Saquon ends up going down, losing a couple yards. But we win the game. Our first win of the season. Really just completely from Saquon Barkley's success this game. Danny Dimes celebrating. You threw a couple horrific picks. 1, awful throw. 2nd, awful decision. And also fumbled. 18 short pass attempts, 2 medium, 5 deep. Interesting. Yeah, not a great game from Daniel Jones. 2 interceptions on 122 yards passing, 16 of 26. Justin Fields didn't do a whole lot better, but look at Saquon, man. 39 attempts, just a ridiculous number. I get it. We might have to change the sliders for running back fatigue, because he wouldn't get and substitutions, because he wouldn't get 39. We would see our backup running backs play a little bit. Did score a touchdown, only 3 broken tackles on 39 attempts. Something's wrong. Jordan Akins had 4 catches for 33 yards, as did Kadarius Toney. Kenny Golladay, similar numbers as well. It's just, I'm struggling on offense right now, as you guys can tell. And defense, we played better this game, but didn't play amazingly. A sack for Dexter Lawrence and Justin Ellis. So they didn't count the sack earlier in the game. I guess it's just a TFL for Justin Ellis. And then an interception for Tay Crowder, Azeez Ojulari, and an interception for Xavier McKinney. So big ups to the linebackers out of Georgia with 2 picks, pass deflection as well for Ojulari, and of course no fumbles, no touchdowns, nothing like that. Azeez Ojulari with an upgrade point. I think we're gonna go in a speed rusher for him. I would like for his finesse moves to get into the 80s. I think he'll be more effective once he reaches that threshold. +1's really not going to do it for me right now. It's not bad. It's just not significant. And a response, QB1 check-in. The team did play better. I don't remember what we had to do exactly, but we won. I think we just beat the Bears. Danny Dimes says really proud of how we came out and got the job done in that one. Everybody chipped in, and we came away with a nice win. Hey, we sure did, Daniel. Great job. Keep it up. Proud of you. Let's keep it up. You're one of the leaders in that locker room. Don't know how. Low bar. Keep pushing those guys every day, and we'll keep keep this going all season long. Whole team with 2,500 XP, and that probably will result in upgrades, which we'll handle in the next episode. And oh no, we got to play the Packers. They have an 80 overall offense, but they still have Aaron Rodgers. So it's going to be bad. They still have Aaron Jones, A.J. Dillon. Their defense is an 88 overall. I am not excited. They are 4-0, but we finally got in the win column. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Take it easy.